One. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's edition of the Baldman HQ. We're coming to you a little later than normal because, you know, life and it's summer and um, life. But, better late than never. Here to give you a recap on last month's show, a little peek into some of the new campaigns that we have, as well as I'm going to say this, I guess, is an exclusive interview with the Herald's Guild very own finalist for the Dungeon Master Challenge, Daniel Solano Gomez. So let's just get to it. Yeah, I know. So excited. Let me get over to my slideshow. Alright. Let's see. Find it somewhere around here. There we are. Alright. So, to kick off with the recap, this month's was the kickoff for two brand new Adventures League campaigns. So, Ravenloft Mist Hunters is our new alternate campaign, and the new Dreams of the Red Wizards arc, Terminal Ambitions, which is part of our Masters campaign, also premiered. If you had a chance to play in either of those, you were among the very first, so congratulations to you. We had over 60 DMs this month running tables for our event. It's very exciting. A bunch of new DMs come in, as always, and we're happy to have them. And we continue to bring in those new players, brand new to the hobby, and, it's not surprising to us, but they continue to tell us that they're having a great time and that they definitely tell their friends that they want to come and do the next virtual weekend with them. So, for those people who might not know, what is a virtual weekend? Well, we're going to go back here. It's these weekend celebrations, D&D games, friends, hanging out, playing the newest content, and we're doing it every month. We're doing it every month this year, and we're going to do it next year. Every event that we do is going to have a virtual component, so don't worry, you can get some D&D in. We've got the newest content there, the epics, the special events are, it's not convention content anymore. It's the Premier Organizers program, where we're going to be doing the New Moon Shay next year. And you can get these games relatively cheap, depending on, what part of the world you're in. You can sign up, of course, at yawningportal.dnd.wizards.com, and always find out more information on the Baldman's Game website. And with that, I am going to hand it over to Mitch to talk about Ravenloft Mist Hunters.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Mitch Smithson. I'm a DM with Baldman Games, part of the mentoring and training committee. For all of you that might be new DMs, get a hold of us on the Herald's Guild server. Ravenloft Mist Hunters is a limited campaign. It's already been released that it's going to have 14 total adventures, capped with epics at both ends and then 12 adventures in the middle. I'm not really going to go into details of character creation. That will be released when the modules become available on the DM's Guild. But just to touch on a little bit about that, there is going to be a chance for you to use the Taroka deck in your designing of your character. Now, none of these uses of the deck is going to define or require you to use any of this information. It's just more for background flavor, adding a little bit more dimension to your character. And of course, you can get to the character sheets. There's also a Taroka deck that you can use on the Wizards of the Coast website in the Ravenloft section. So this campaign's a little bit different. As we said, it's a limited campaign. For those of you that played Eberron, you know that Eberron has different rules for Adventures League for playing their campaigns. So there's a little bit difference with Ravenloft Mist Hunters versus regular either historic, seasonal, or masters play. First, your characters won't level. All characters start at level 1. The only time that I believe you're going to level is during the first epic. You'll level from the second level, from first to second, and then at the end you'll level to third. But all of the other Ravenloft Mist Hunters adventures are designed for a specific level. You don't have to play them in order. For story-wise, you might want to do that, but always think of it kind of as a flashback if you play an earlier one that you might have missed. Whatever the level is of the adventure, you simply level your character up to that level. If you miss one and you want to go back and play it, you just go ahead and level your character down to the level for that adventure. So obviously, without leveling, there's no gold and downtime in the Mist Hunters campaign. There will be a little explanation from your dungeon masters at the beginning of each session, as there is a way for your characters to get more equipment. And there's a way for them to get a lot of equipment that they'll need for their adventuring. There also are no adventures logs for Ravenloft Mist Hunters. At the end of every session, your dungeon master will give you what's called an investigation journal handout. That basically gives you all of the information that you've received playing the module. It also lists all of your rewards on there, and you also have to your choice of certain magic items that come out in the adventure as well. And that is the one thing I would think that some players are a bit confused about. Of course, the admins will have more guidance right as they're posting the adventures up to the DM's Guild. But the magic items, you can only bring one of a particular magic item to a table. Like, say, for example, the three of us were playing, and at the end of the adventure, there was a potion of healing and a potion of comprehension. Each one of us would select one of those, and then the next time we would play, say two of us took the potion of comprehension, only one of us could bring that to the table. And then once all the magic items are brought to the table, then the players will divide those up amongst the players that are playing the game. That's pretty much just a general idea. Again, it is a different animal than normal Adventures League. I want a lot of players were a little. I don't think not many of them were upset in any way. They all had a really, really great time with the adventures. The other thing to also mention is that there are going to be, very similar to the new Wild Beyond the Witchlight coming out, there's going to be alternate ways for you to solve these modules as well. I ran 5 runnings of the Epic, and only 2 of them actually got into combat.
How many tables of the new Ravenloft stuff in total did you run?
I ran all. Well, I only ran 7 slots, but I ran 7 slots of the new Ravenloft. Yeah.
Okay. Did you see anything that you thought the players really liked in particular?
There was a lot of guidance. A lot of them liked the investigations. It's kind of like a murder mystery types of things, or just like almost kind of like a Sherlock Holmes type of thing in Ravenloft, which was really cool.
Murder on the Orient Express. I prefer Agatha Christie.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but they really enjoyed that. They did. Some of the players were thinking that the Taroka deck with the DM guided experience, because of course they're going to have a solo guided experience for character creation. They thought it was going to be a lot different. Then once we figured out how the character creation was going through, I went through a lot of my tables. Now here's what's going on. But they really liked the idea of using the Taroka deck and helping them to give a backstory a little bit as they're creating the characters. So they're just saying, I'm going to roll this up and then we'll play this.
Well, I myself haven't played it yet, so I'm super excited to join in all the fun and the spookiness. Yeah. And always more of the gala, as Alvaro chimes in. We also got a nice hello to you, Mitch. Ilva and her hats say hi.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so, very excited for this. We had another storyline that started as well. As said, the Dreams of the Red Wizards new arc started. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone here to talk about that today, so we'll try to circle back on that one next month, because I don't know about you, but I love the Dreams of the Red Wizards storyline. It has been immersive. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote one of them. I am a little biased. But, it ties into all of my favorite storylines, so excited to see what direction Greg Marks, the lead on that, has taken it, and what the amazingly talented authors for this set of adventures are doing. All right, let's go to the next thing. All right, so we have the Dungeon Master Challenge. All right, this was very exciting. This was part of D&D Live. So what this was a competition. It was an open call, the gauntlet, as they called it. Started on June 17th with an open call for submissions to create a complex trap. The top 10 were then chosen from the assembled Dungeon Master Emeritus to compete in Stage 2 of the Design Challenge, which will be coming up at D&D Celebration, where they'll also announce the winner live on that broadcast, who will get an exclusive trophy that I cannot wait to see what it looks like. And they'll also get a feature in Dragon Plus magazine. Dungeon magazine's an old thing. You can, of course, see all those finalists if you want at dndcelebration.com/finalist. But I'm going to go ahead and move along to our finalist, Daniel. Well, you can read a little bit about Daniel here, but Daniel, I would love to hear a little bit about your experience. Like, what kind of drove you to, put in a submission?
I think I saw it on either the community server for Baldman Games or Held Skull that just brought up, and I had been thinking that it would be fun to publish something. I haven't written anything before, and I had actually signed up. I guess I had also seen back in June that Storytelling Collective, I think,
Yes.
was doing their publish your first thing in a month.
Mhm.
So I signed up for that, and I started making some progress there. I was interrupted a little bit with the D&D weekend. I did DM some of those Miss Hunters things. That was a lot of fun. And shortly before D&D Live, I got the word that I was one of the finalists. And so that changed everything.
I imagine it's been a little surreal. You're
Yes.
you're kind of famous now. You're one of 10 people who made it through the gauntlet.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of I've been thrilled, but also slightly terrified, because this is just it was I submitted something and I thought, it was fun. I put something together.
Mhm.
It was a fun exercise, but I didn't really expect that I'd be selected. And so, yes, last week on Thursday, so we're in the middle of stage 2. So each Thursday we get a new challenge, and each week. So this is kind of a reality show sort of thing where one or two of the finalists is going to be eliminated each week until there's only 3 remaining, and then we will actually have a session that we will DM for the judges and some others, and those will be recorded, and all that will be announced during D&D Celebration.
Oh, it's very exciting. So
Very
I
cool.
haven't seen the trap that you submitted. Do you want to walk me through it, maybe?
Yeah, anything you can tell us outside of any non-disclosure, definitely. Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
sorry.
don't want
Yeah,
to.
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah,
allowed
we don't
to.
want to. Yeah, we don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah, so not sure how much of the details I can say about like the
Okay.
first thing. I did definitely know like specific things about anything in part 2.
Yeah.
I can't say because
Hmm.
we want
We
the
want that to
judges
be a
to
surprise
remain.
and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want the judges to remain, since they might know some of the contestants. We
Mhm.
want them to remain oblivious as to who
So they're
each
impartial.
entry. Yeah.
All right, I'll back up then. How about some things that inspired your trap?
So
There we go.
with so for my trap, so my overall idea, my approach to the trap is, what if at the end of an adventure, the trap is a big bad evil guy that you have to defeat. So it's not an NPC, it's not a monster, but it is a machine of some sort that you're trying to defeat or to disable.
Oh, I love that. Like, I can never remember the name of the first open that they did for 5th edition, but there was a big clockwork dragon in one part of
Hmm.
it, that Hallister the Mad Mage. So, that's a brilliant idea. It was very well executed there. So, you don't really necessarily expect some contraption to appear once you've gotten all the way through the dungeon. You're like, all right, we've done it. Where's the Where's the wizard, the mage?
Yeah, so at the time that I wrote this, it was right after the June
Mm-hmm.
virtual D&D weekend, and I had run the 8-hour version of House of Lament.
Mm.
Oh.
So I kind of liked the idea of doing a haunted trap
Mm-hmm.
and doing something with that kind of investigation. So, like in the House of the Lament, you start off, you're just have called to action. You know, you've been brought into this place, and over the course of the adventure, you kind of discover more about the nature of the place, and ultimately, in that adventure, you come out to, a final confrontation with something in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Not to spoil it. So my idea for my trap was it'd be something similar to that. You've been kind of whisked away into this place, and as you go there, you kind of find out that, well, it's a trap, and if you don't figure out a way of disabling this trap, you're all going to die. So, um, so mainly it was just a matter of trying to balance my approach and kind of designing the trap is balancing. I wanted to have a sense of urgency, like there's I mean, it's not a clock per se, but you have this notion that
If you don't fix it, things are going to get real bad for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just have as you're going through the different stages of the trap, different things can happen, and they're all random, and they're all kind of thematically tied into the setting. And I try to also, when doing it, kind of spread like the saves around, so not to favor one class over another.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think that's kind of important because it gets a little frustrating when you're going through, like a dungeon and it's all like, we need to make a lot of investigation checks so that we don't get shot with poison darts from these traps. And you're like, oh, no one in the party is good at those. Literally no one. Yep. So then you have to
so
find them the old fashioned way, with your face.
Or the barbarian.
Barbarian's
yes.
face, yeah. Yeah. So I think that actually sounds like, a really great approach to a trap. A little unconventional, per the wisdom in the Dungeon Master's Guide, or actually, is that in Xanathar's? I think it's Xanathar's where the traps and the complex traps are.
Yeah.
I think that sounds really interesting. I can't wait to see all of the stuff that you've been working on, and I hope that you don't get eliminated before the final 3.
No doubt.
I
No
hope
doubt.
so.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
I survived one round today, so on to the next.
Oh, he's still on the island. We're excited.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Is there going to be any place? Are they going to publish some of these for the Dungeon Masters Guild? Are they going to go up on the Wizard's site? Do you have any information like that?
My understanding is that everyone who's opted in after the competition ends, they'll put together some compendium of all the people in stage
Oh,
2.
cool.
The people who submitted and were not selected in stage 1, I think, have the ability to publish themselves
Gotcha.
on DM's Guild. But I do think they're going to have a selection that will be published on DM's Guild, and it's going to go towards a charity. I forget which one. I think Jasper's, but I'm not sure.
Either Jasper's or Extra Life, probably, or the Trevor Project. Those are the 3 that they tend to work with, and they're all wonderful causes. So, whichever way it goes. I am super excited to see that, and if everyone wants to come and experience some of your amazing ingenuity, will you be at the next virtual weekend?
Unfortunately, not because because of the contest. We have 72 hours to write,
and it's that weekend.
And it's the weekend. So every Thursday, I get a new. So long as I'm still in the contest, I get a new assignment, and I have 72 hours to turn around and get it submitted. So
right, well, we'll be very excited then to not see you there.
Yes,
I might join a game.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be all work and no play.
Sure.
Indeed.
Well,
Uh,
unless of course it's your work is D&D, then it's playing all the time, right?
yes. No, that's not quite how that works. That is not quite how that works. I wish that it were. Well,
Yeah.
I am super excited for you, and can't wait to see all of that, like I said.
Thank
And
you.
um honestly, I'm just super excited about all of this. But
Yeah.
for the upcoming um show, the next virtual weekend, of course, is going to be August 13th through 15th. That's my birthday weekend, so I'm very excited for that
Hooray.
too. We're going to be doing more Dreams of the Red Wizard. If you missed it, you can come play it now. We're going to be doing more Mist Hunters. If you missed it, you can come do it now. We're going to do the Epic again, I'm pretty sure. So everyone will get to experience the gala. We're going to have some Moonshade's content. We're coming close to wrapping up our Shadows Rising storyline. So that's our historic content so that we can roll out our new Masters campaign next year. And we're going to have a lot of other cool stuff that hasn't been announced yet, so I can't tell you right now. But soon you'll know.
Very cool stuff. Very cool.
Yeah, very
Tickets
cool
go on
stuff.
sale, I think, next Tuesday at noon, supposedly.
Tickets go on sale 10 days prior to that, so that would be August 3rd at noon, which I believe is next Tuesday.
Awesome.
31 days in July, so we got 2 more days and then 3 from there, so Wednesday, I don't know. Calendars.
Well, yes, definitely check it out on the servers and the websites because they do start selling very quickly, and lots of the good new stuff will go fast.
We will be getting the grid up soon. It may not go up until Sunday or Monday, so as soon as that goes up, be ready to see what you want to play. And, Tuesday, be around the Yawning Portal at about, noon Eastern, noon Baldman time. And, get those tickets, get into those games, and have some fun. I think I'm gonna run a game for my birthday. Maybe. Yeah, that sounds fun. That's a good.
Nice.
That's a good birthday, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what day though. apparently we have to do something else for my birthday. So I know can't just D&D all the time. All right. Well, Mitch, Daniel, do you have any other thoughts, comments, whatever that you'd like to share with the class?
I'm fine. I just want to wish Daniel some continued success in the
Yes.
challenge. Sounds like you're doing a great job, and I can't wait to see what else you come up with. Especially, it's just amazing writing for the first time to have this type of stuff. It's awesome. I'm very happy for you.
All right. Daniel's gonna end up being the next Moonshade story lead.
There we go.
You'll just have to have a crash course in Moonshade background, but don't worry. Eric Mingy will set you straight. He knows everything. All right. Well, that is going to be it then for this edition of the Baldman HQ. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time.
Bye.